If you go on Wikipedia and type in Mega Man Battle Network 1, you'll find that the game was originally created as an inhuman method of torturing information out of the CIA's most dangerous international criminals. You see, in 2001, the United States government enlisted Capcom in the development of a video game so tedious, so monotonous, so horrendously paced, that people would play it and their brains would ooze out of their ears and onto their shoulders. And they succeeded. At the time, the game was simply called Project Battle Network, and it did exactly what the CIA needed it to. Nobody could play this game without losing their grip on their sanity. The United Nations eventually had to step in after it was deemed that the game was technically a crime against humanity, and any and all use of the game was brought to a forced halt. In an effort to recoup some of their losses on this project, Capcom would go on to make a few minor changes to the game and re-release it to the public under the banner of a new spin-off entry in the Mega Man franchise. This is how the multi-million-dollar Mega Man Battle Network series came to exist. Let's get one thing straight. I love Mega Man Battle Network. It is easily one of my favorite series on the Game Boy Advance. I love that Capcom saw the trading card, Shonen Jump mania of the late 90s, early 2000s and thought, yeah, we could cash in on that and made a Mega Man version. Because it is that deck building, grid-based combat that is the only reason why the Battle Network series didn't begin and end with this single game. The combat was fresh, it was challenging, it was fun fighting all these different Navis with their different gimmicks and figuring out a way to kick their asses. We hadn't really seen much like it at the time. Collecting battle chips, building your own custom deck, matching up chip codes to land these earth-shattering program advanced combos on fucking computer viruses. And the whole time you're playing as this sleek new iteration of Mega Man, it was all so fucking cool. It was so tactical. It made you feel smart, coming up with strategies, experimenting with how different chips interacted with each other, using cleverly placed support chips and powerful attack chips to leave your enemy defenseless. And the best part was, you could also just say fuck all that and shoot the buster the entire game. Who needs those fucking chips, you punk ass nerds? The combat system of Mega Man Battle Network is so accessible, so appealing to all types of players. Nobody is going to feel overwhelmed, nobody is going to feel underwhelmed. There is so much room for the individual to jazz and express themselves and use different strategies that appeal to them. And this combat system is the foundation that this series rests upon. The bones of this game are solid, and obviously it set the stage for a smash hit of a series that would only be improved upon as time went on. That being said, Mega Man Battle Network 1 is hot, sticky, sweaty ass. I am shocked that to this day Capcom has not issued an official apology for inflicting this piece of shit upon society. The worst part is that the concept is sound. I get it, you're playing as Lan Hikari and his NetNavi Mega Man in this alternate Mega Man universe where society evolved to advance in the fields of the internet and cyber world as opposed to robotics. So instead of robots and Reploids, you got PETs and NetNavis. Instead of 2D platforming shooters, you got an isometric tactical RPG. I get it. It was a whole new direction for Mega Man, an interesting idea, and on paper, it sounds dope as fuck. And eventually, it would be. But this first game, man, god damn. You would think that, having the main gimmick of this brand new series being jacking into computers and skimming through Cyberworld as Mega Man, that the actual Cyberworld traversal would be something that the developers would want to make, exciting or visually stimulating in any way. That was 3 different sections of the internet. But wait, let me show you somewhere crazy, somewhere like the undernet. That's like the dark web of the Battle Network series. You know what I'm saying? That's like where the criminals and the scum of the earth hang out and all the back alley dealings go down. Show me the undernet. There is zero visual variety. The dungeons and homepages are the only locations with any kind of distinct aesthetic theming. The actual World Wide Web that you will be spending hours traversing back and forth throughout the course of the game, that makes you feel like you're running through a blank Microsoft Word document. It is so easy to get lost or take a wrong turn because all of these areas are just the same copy-pasted hallways running in different directions. The overall pacing of the game just gets absolutely assassinated by the combination of having to navigate these confusing, samey-looking areas with a random encounter rate that is quite possibly the worst in any video game I have yet played. You are going to get bombarded by viruses like you missed a fucking McAfee payment, okay? I usually don't mind random encounters, but holy fuck, I will legitimately forget what I'm doing because it's taken me 45 minutes to walk 10 feet. And I know what you're thinking, Stoney, why don't you just run away from the battles? Stoney, why don't you just run? Why don't you just select the run option like in that one game, Digimon? Well, you see, actually, Battle Network 1 doesn't have a run option. Nope. You cannot just run from a battle. That is not allowed. There is a battle chip called Escape that will let you escape from most virus battles, but you gotta be lucky enough to draw that chip from your deck of 30 chips. And that's assuming you even want to use your limited deck space on a chip that's sole purpose is to let you run from battles. So, basically, unless you waste precious chip slots on multiples of this escape chip, or have godlike RNG, it's very likely you will be fully battling through like 90% of these random encounters. It is unbelievable how much time is spent in this game just dealing with the same dumbass low-level viruses because oops, you didn't draw escape this time, sorry. It makes any wrong turn you make in these godless labyrinths feel like a kick in the balls because you know how many battles you're gonna have to slog through just to get back to where you were before. And the story of the game, it's fine, you know, it's engaging enough to get you to the end credits. It's just, it just gets fucking weird, man, for no reason. The characters aren't anything you haven't seen before. Lan and Mega Man are the incorruptible defenders of justice and friendship, and they're the fighters of the Nightman, and yada yada yada. Sho is the obligatory silver-haired anime rival who only believes in power and doesn't have time for distractions like friendship. Meh. And the World 3 are the big evil bad guys who want to blow up the world or whatever, it doesn't matter. None of the individual villains are remotely memorable. Their personalities boil down to, this is the fire guy, this is the electric guy, this is the racial stereotype guy. They're all led by Dr. Wily, who hates society because somebody made him play Mega Man Battle Network 1. Like I said before, digital Mega Man jumping into computers, blasting viruses, that's dope. That's dope. Grade school net battling prodigy Lan Hikari and his net Navi Mega Man battle World 3 and their evil net Navis to save the world. Dope. Awesome. Easy peasy shonen RPG story. Where you lose me is when out of nowhere at the end of the game you tell me that Mega Man isn't just Lan's net Navi. Oh no. He's actually the reincarnation of Lan's dead twin brother that he never even knew he had. Yeah, you see, it turns out after Lan's brother died of some heart disease when they were both babies, Lan's dad took a piece of the brother's DNA and used science to graft it onto this NetNavi program, thus creating Mega Man.exe. Again, a cyber reincarnation of his dead son, who he then gives to Lan to use to send emails and stuff. This is where it goes a little off the rails for me, okay? Like this whole plot point just feels a little unnecessary, you know what I mean? Like, what was wrong with just having Lan and Mega Man be a dope-ass Navi operator team, you know? Like, why did you have to make him his dead brother? It's not like in Pokemon it's ever revealed that Pikachu is actually Ash's long-lost uncle, you know what I mean? And it still works just fine. Like, we don't need this. Who asked for this? And the worst part is, it's not like they play it off like, oh, he's like a spiritual successor, like he's this program who carries the spirit of your dead brother. No, like Mega Man refers to Lan's parents as mom and dad, like from out of Lan's pocket. He's like, I love you, mom and dad. This whole thing is so fucked. Mega Man Battle Network 1. This game is just awful. So many good ideas just buried under so much horrible execution. Well, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. All the real ones watching this know that this video is just a formality anyway, so that I could make the real video. Oh, shit! Oh, goddamn. No, he didn't. No, he did. He did not.